I'm just gonna take my stuff and leave, because you know I'm a bad bitch in theory. I'm not it in practicals, you know. You're ready for the story time, because I don't know if I'm ready to even tell you guys. I feel like it was actually an L that I caught. It was actually an L that I caught. But anyway, we're gonna talk about it, okay? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, then please make sure to click that subscribe button. And for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave, who is here with an ultimate story of when I, your girl, your fave, Naledi, am official, was at Durban, too busy, fat and rocks, Durban. Guys, you know, it's actually funny because this is not even clickbait. It's literally what Guys, it's just one glass. I've been really good off alcohol, I swear to you guys. So today I'm back, guys, today with another story time. I know how you guys love when I put the story time and mukbangs together, but if this is your first time on my channel, then you will know that I am obviously trying to accommodate those who don't like mukbangs, and I decided that I would make sure that I give you guys an even amount of story times with and without mukbangs, right? And I've noticed that a lot of people actually say that in my mukbangs I tend to repeat myself a lot, and I think it's because I eat, so in my chewing I try to process everything I'm saying and I forget what I said 10 minutes ago. So yeah, I decided that what I would do for you guys moving forward is that I would have the story times separate and then have story times with mukbangs, just so that you guys can get a bit of both. But I will guarantee you this, I feel like my better story times will be with my mukbangs, because I need to eat something for the disbelief, you know what I mean? The reason why I wanted to tell the story is because it happened this past weekend. So I'm probably going to release this video today, which in your time will be, well, in my time it'll be tomorrow, but your time it'll be today, right? I'm releasing this video so you get it. But I really wanted to tell the story because I thought it would be really funny, and it was like a learning experience for me, considering that I was in a completely different province and I was with people I didn't know, and obviously I didn't know what to expect, right? But what I got, baby, guys, I don't believe it. I do not believe I can believe my eyes. Like, I couldn't believe it, guys. Without rambling too much, you guys already know how story time works, and now I've decided that moving forward I'm not going to ramble too much. I know how a lot of you feel about that, but if you really don't like it, I just lied to you guys. I'm probably going to ramble moving forward, so I'm sorry. I'm a liar. I'm a fraud. Hello, Nabatong. Hey, get it, I went to Durban. I got to Durban and I got bounced out the sack. Not Tidi, not Naledi, not Naledi the other one, not Naledi the normal one. Naledi me, your babe, the YouTuber, got bounced out the sack. I was politely asked to leave, guys. And when you find out why I was asked to leave, you will be in disbelief, okay? So let me start at the beginning, right? This past weekend, my friends and I, that being, should I say their names or should I give them like aliases? You know, my friends? So I'm just gonna say their names because I don't feel like there's a need for their identities to be hidden, right? So I went to Durban with Tidi and Naledi this past weekend, and essentially what had happened was it was a girls trip. Tidi actually hit me up. Now Tidi has been like my longtime friend since I was like 21. Actually, I think since I was like 19, 20. And then we kind of went on a little hiatus in our friendship. I don't want to call it. Like we had this big fight, guys, that lasted years. It felt like World War IV. And then we kind of got back onto the right track. So we were like, we need a holiday. And the thing is, Tidi and I back then in our time, like when our friendship like was super strong, like it's getting back to that stage now, but back when it was strong in that time, we used to travel a lot. Hit me up and she was like, hey, listen, I'm really in the mood for like a girls trip to get away and everything like that. And I had been working super hard, like with every single campaign that I'd been getting, as well as school. Things were really stressful. You understand what I mean? So I told her, nah, it's dope, let's rock. And for anyone who's asking if I am drinking, yes, this is a glass of MCC, and it's the only glass I'm going to be having for the entire night. I'm not going to refill it. Can you see, guys? I need all of those who are watching, like the last time, I want you guys to watch. This glass is going to literally be this only glass that I'm drinking, I promise. It was supposed to be like a girl trip, but it was just supposed to be the two of us. And then I had told CD that actually, nah, you know what? I think we should add another person, because it's gonna be like kind of awkward if it's just the two of us. We're not gonna know what to do. We're not really familiar with Durban. It would have been a little bit boring, because CD and I are actually really very like, what's the word? We're old, guys, we're grown. So we're not we were like, no man, should we open the invitations to other people? So me being me, I was like, no, why don't we ask Naledi? So you guys know Naledi Sekoto Ling Ling, right? So I was like, no, we can ask Naledi if she wants to go, because Naledi has also been telling me that she wants to go away. She really like wants to get out of town. I'm laughing because you know what I think of Naledi, guys. You guys must know that is my honey, that's my bitch, that's my day one, you understand? So I got my day one and I got my day zero. So I got my day 01. So my day one, right? I asked Naledi, nah dude, are you game to go to Dubai and too busy? She's like, nah, I'm in, let's do it. I'm sorry. So we start planning the trip, guys. We start planning the trip, and while we planning the trip, we open up a WhatsApp group chat. Now, I just want to be honest. I'm that girl in the WhatsApp group chat that just agrees to everything. Sometimes I don't respond, and throughout the planning and the logistics of this, I was the one who was always late, right? In terms of handling and things, whatever. But that's not the point. So everything gets together. We decide, no, we book a house. And for any of those who actually wanted to know what house we were in an Airbnb that we found. So it's a house inside the Zimbali estate. It's called 11 Kiribati or 11 Kiribati. No, I think it's Kiribati. 11 Kiribati. 11 Kiribati. It's an Airbnb, and it was absolutely stunning, absolutely great. I think the only thing I had an issue with that house was that we had no network while we were there. So we only had Wi-Fi, but we couldn't make any calls or anything like that. And I do feel like they should probably put that in their BNB, like a disclaimer that you guys don't have network, because when I was there, my family members couldn't call me. They could only WhatsApp call me, they could only FaceTime me, but they couldn't really call me. But anyway, guys, now we're driving down. Everything's solidified. We're driving down to Durban, right? You guys saw the vlog. We were driving down. Like, Durban was... There's not a lot to do in Durban. I'll just say this. Like, I wouldn't suggest someone goes to Durban if you don't know someone in Durban, right? Because you're gonna go to Durban, you don't know anyone in Durban, you don't know where to groove, you don't know where to go. The groove in Durban is so different to the groove in Johannesburg. Like, it's wild. Like, there is such a vast difference. It's the craziest thing. Drive to Durban, we get to Durban, we check in, the house is nice, we're having a good time. But now the problem is we checked in late. So we checked in at around 3 o'clock because the people that were there before left late, and it was just like this big hoo-ha about it. So cool. We got there at 3. We had to relax. We decided to go buy booze. You know, the works, man, the shenanigans, you know. And then we decided to get ready for dinner. Now, we went to Belpunto. We had dinner. Oh my God, the service at Belpunto. Ugh, chat. But it's fine, we move. Anyway, we have dinner. Dinner was great. Everything was fine. Now it's time to go to Groove, right? Now it's time for the girlies, for the babies to Groove. So as far as I know, we obviously checked on social media which places would have been going off in Durban that particular weekend. And that Friday night, I know that the 2 places that were going down was Views on 25, and that's because Spare and Naves were playing. And then there was another place called what was it? Was it Envy? I don't think it was Envy. I don't know. So I'm like, nah guys, let's go to Views on 25. And the reason why I suggest Views on 25 is because I see Spare, I see Naves, I'm like, Joburg to Joburg, Joe Busy to Joe Busy, my boys. We go to Views on 25. First of all, I want to talk about the area that Views on 25 is in. Yo, guys. We were getting lost because we were like, now, this looks so shady. I know that you drive as though you're driving to Florida Road. And then, like, we were obviously getting the Uber there. And then when we turned to some little dingy ass place. And then we were like, no, this can't be it. And they were like, no, this is Views on 25. We're like, oh, okay, cool. It's the same as like a rooftop vibe in Bram or Maboneng. It's that kind of setup. So if you're not familiar with the place, you're obviously not gonna feel too comfortable about being in that area. You see, I'm even starting to burp a lot because I haven't had bubbles in so long that when I drink them, I literally get heartburn. We get to Views on 25. So before, no, I'm lying. Backtrack. When we knew that Views on 25 was an option, but then I called up a friend of mine. Now, I called up this James called Ndawazo Dloma. Now, Ndawazo is from Durban, so like he's a big story. He's a little bit of a crud man that side, whatever he does there. But he knew people, so like he was like, nah, I'm gonna make a couple of calls and get you guys a table. I'm like, is that big dick energy? Is that big D? Thanks so much, whatever. So I called him and I was like, nah, listen, I don't know KZN, you know KZN, tell me where to go. He's like, no, listen, when you get there, speak to this person, you guys get your tags, get this. Are you buying bottles? I'm like, nah, we're gonna buy like, you know, a bottle nyana or two nyana. He's like, okay, cool. I'll organize everything for you. Sharp. We get there, it's swift. We get there, they're like, are you Naledi? And I'm like, there's me. They're like, oh, okay, no, cool. That was told us to coming. We go inside, guys. Okay, first of all, I just want to say Views on 25 is stunning. It's a stunning place. It's really pretty. It's cute. I like the fact that it's dark, but it's dim, but it's not too dark. I like that I can see people. They do turn the lights on. I really like that. I like a place that can have a bright setting. I'm not someone who likes dark spaces. Like, it's one of the reasons why I didn't like going to Sumo. I feel like Sumo is too dark. I literally could have passed my boyfriend at Sumo and not have known that he was there. That's how dark it was. But he would have known I was there. You know, because that ass can't hide. There's no way for that ass to hide. That's a story time for another day. We get our table. Now, the table where we were, if any of you from Durban, obviously know what I'm talking about. There's obviously that section where people sit, the sec, which is right next to the DJ booth. Then there's tables that are looking right at the DJ booth, but they're just normal tables, right? So with them, it was like there's a VIP and then everything else is general, but then they have VIPs in different other parts of the section. But the nice part is that we were close to the DJ booth. So we could kind of see the DJ booth, see who was playing, see pair and names. Your girl was looking hot. She was in that red two-piece, my baby. I was two-piecing in that two-piece. And then we like, okay, are we gonna have Verve or are we gonna have Henny? And I'm just like, nah, let's go with the champagne because what is the point? We have one night to rock, let's rock. Fine, buy one bottle of Verve. Now. You see how niggas are at the club. When they see girls together and they don't see a nigga, they kind of survey to see what we're drinking, to see if they can approach us, right? Now, that's actually what I mentioned in my vlog on the Saturday, that they were like 8 men drinking 1 VS. I shouldn't have generalized it, but they were. There were many groups of many niggas sharing 1 bottle. Haibo. Manje, everything is on police. So then, there's a table. As far as I know, I saw 4 tables. So now there's table 1 in the far right that had 3 guys, and about 3 women. So every guy that was there had a partner. So there was like a 6 table, there was 6 people in one booth. Then the next booth, there were like 8-10 guys. Just guys at first. In that booth. Then there was another booth with like people, but it was closest to the section, so I'm assuming it was close to the DJ booth. It could have been people who were DJing, it could have been, you know, like the rider table, whatever the case may be, because they were drinking like champagne as well, you see. So it was table number 1, far table, and it was table number 2, the boys, and it was table number 3, the rider section table, right? Not that I'm saying that they had a rider. I'm saying that you could see that there were a lot of people drinking lots of different things, but they were closest to the DJ booth, and the people on the DJ booth were switching between that table and the booth. Then it was us. It was a table next to us with these other dope gay guys. I loved them. We actually had a great time with them. It was us and there was another group of people. Now I've explained the setup, right? We're drinking, guys. We get the first bottle of Verve, right? And I can see guys are basically eyeing us. They're looking at us. They don't know what, like, you know, they don't know how to approach us. They really want to come up to us, but they don't know what to say. We drink, and then the one guy comes up to one of my friends, right? To the hot one, Titi, because Titi's got like a banging body. The one guy comes up, he makes small talk. The guy from the boys table. So from the boys, they call the ice boy, and they're like, the ice boy must... That guy, he comes, guys. He takes his swagger and he comes to the table. He was like, there were a few guys trying to make eye contact with me there at the table, and I kept looking all around them because I could see that, no, this is a losing battle here. So the one guy comes up to my friend and he starts ngokoling, he's ngokoling. It's not working, obviously. Like, Tidi's not buying it. Like, one thing about Tidi, she's got a stank face. Like, she's got a, like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. And I've got a, yeah, I mean, you can talk to me, but I don't really like it. That guy ngokolas. Now, the table there in the far corner, the boys, they've got their honeys there at the corner. Like, they're having fun. The honeys are twerking. The honeys are getting nice and toasty, because I could see they were also drinking champagne. Then I'm like, guys, let's get the next bottle, because like I'm ready to rumble now. I'm ready to rock. I'm feeling it now. The music was nice. Like, you know, they moved gradually from like music. I hope I'm saying it correctly, guys. They moved from and then they went like into Mapiano, right? I like how everyone in Durban, side notes, I like how everyone in Durban says, not Mpumi, Mpume, not Tando. I love it. We drink. Now we're on our second bottle. So now we've been sitting an hour in, and now the boys table is trying to disrupt us. Like, they're trying to disrupt us. They're trying to, you know, make small talk. They were giving us, you know, things, whatever. They were really nice guys. I just feel like, I think they just wanted to obviously even out the ratio, because there was a lot of niggas at that table, and then they obviously wanted us to sit with them. But then from the moment they saw us bringing the second bottle, they stopped talking to us. I swear to I shit you not. They stopped talking to us. Like, not stop talking like, but they didn't ngokola to say no. Zappa. They didn't zappa. I know I'm using a lot of Xhosa manners. They didn't ngokola. After they saw the second bottle on the table, they didn't ngokola, they didn't say a damn thing. You guys, we're not there for the boys, right? We're not there for the boys. We came there with our own guap. We're drinking, guys. Now, alcohol's flowing now. Good night, yeah. Now I can see you getting halfway through the second bottle. I'm like, nah, third one, let's rock. They're like, Naledi. I'm like, we're rocking. We'll see tomorrow. I don't know what kind of decisions I was making in Durban, and if you guys want to start a GoFundMe to help me through the month of May, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind. Now we're on our third bottle. Before the third bottle comes, the boys table, the girls that were there, they leave. I thought they were going to the bathroom, because I noticed I was looking at one of the girls' blazers, and I really wanted to look at it when she came back, because it was such a nice blazer. But then they leave and they disappear and they don't come back. It looks like everyone at that table is leaving. They pay their bill. Not the boys. In the corner, lava to lava, cycle to cycle. They pay the bill, they leave. The girls leave and the boys leave second. Okay. Now we're thinking they're gone. Now in my mind, I'm now thinking, ish, I wish we could move to that sec in the corner, because now that sec was open. Now I want to move there. They're like, no, you can't move there. And I'm like, okay, I hear the chat, but I'll sit in my seat. The boys come back. Those two, it was two gents actually. There were three gents, but then two came back. No, there were two gents. I don't want to lie. There were two gents that I remember. Those two gents had left with their honeys. They left shortly after with their honeys, and then they came back. That gent, now the boys wanted my friend CD, right? And then now that table, the other friend, now they both, no one was the ice boy to anyone at that point, right? The friend, I'm gonna call him friend number two. Friend number two Now friend number one, you can see he's looking like friend number one. He wants people to see that, you know, I've got the sponge, I've got the top, I've got it all. Like, I've got it. You want it? I got it. And then friend number two is very laid back, right? But friend number two, he's chill. Like, he's a laid back Jane. Friend number two comes out to Tidi to ngokola. Now Tidi and Naledi and I, we were tired of where we were sitting because it was so uncomfortable, it was so pressed, it was so, you know. So she asked like, hey, can we sit there? We've got our own alcohol, can we sit next to you guys? I think. Yeah. It was a general consensus, obviously, right? Fine. This gent is, he's so chill. The friend number two is like, what? I feel like friend number two and friend number one had their eye on us from the beginning of the night, because then it looked very obvious that the moment they came back, they wanted us to sit there because he had walked up to her, and then the moment she even suggested like that, can we share the booth with you guys? They were like, yeah, what you there, you know? Friend number one, I'm gonna call him Kapadia. Kapadia was just about his business. He was not interested, like he was just not feeling it, right? Like he was just standing there on some, you're gonna come talk to me, I'm not gonna come talk to you. So friend number two is being the nice friend, the jolly one, the nice one, he's the guy with the vibes. We get there and now we comfortable. Now like the girls, we were letting loose, right? Because now we felt comfortable, because where we were, there was a step, and every time we would try dancing, we would fall. I don't know if it's making sense, but that step, if you missed it, you can fall. And you can fall, it can be very embarrassing type of thing. So by the sec, we were comfortable, and the sec was very isolated. It's in the corner, it's not the sec that was in the middle of everyone. Now the boys table is so sad. It's so sad. They keep looking over to this side. Okay. Friend number two is busy ngokoling with Kapadia. I don't know what he's saying to Kapadia, but he's saying something, and I think that's something that he's saying had to do with me, because he kept making eye contact. Like I would see him at the corner of my eye looking at me, you know, like when you're looking there, you can see this person is talking about you and they're looking at you. I'm on my phone, guys. I'm on my phone, I'm chilling, the girls are wilding, and like I was being basically the chaperone that night. I was being the chaperone, I was being the one who was sitting, and also I don't want to take off my heels. Like I was not in that vibe, in that space, in the frame of mind, because I do feel like to a certain degree, the men that side versus the men this side, it was a completely different aspect for me. So it was like guys were looking at me in a very like sexual manner, and as nice as it was at the beginning, at some point it just became uncomfortable. So at some point I sat down, because you guys saw that two-piece that I was wearing was very uncomfortable. I sat. Now friend number two is calling with Kapadia, and I think he's hinting that, here's your baby. I found your girl. I got a girl and she's right here. I can see he's talking with his hand, but he's pointing at me with a very like nice nonchalant, like they're whispering, like they're going, they're planning their strategy. And now Kapadia, you can see he's not feeling the situation that we're there. Because at first it was hot in there, so I was fanning off, and you guys know how bad my makeup was. The Durban weather is not good for makeup, but it's great for curly hair. So my makeup was already starting to run, it was bad. So I was embarrassed. I forgot to mention one specific detail. The friend number two and Kapadia were like those big tummy jeans. They were like the typical, you know when you say a nigga's got money and like he's a 10 over 100, he's 100 over 10, so he's like big bow bodied, big tough tummy, and like very small legs. That was Kapadia. Friend number two had a better body composition, and he was generally better looking than Kapadia, right? But Kapadia was the one with the man bag, with the satchel that represented whatever racks he had in there. Whatever the fuck that was. So me too, now the champagne is sinking in. We're on 3 bottles, guys. We just paid a shitload now, because like one bottle was like 1.5, so we just paid like just under 5k. So we because I can see that friend number two is saving our ass from going back there. I'm like, hey, what's happening, you know? Whatever, is everything okay? Are you guys okay with us sitting here? He's like, no. Kapatia's like, no. Friend number two's like, no, it's fine. And then Kapatia's like, no, it's okay that you can stay here. And I'm like, how? Kapatia can't eat. It's so speedy. Like, it's done speaking. And he's like, like, you can see, he's talking to me, but he doesn't want to talk to me. Guys, I'm not ugly, okay? I'm not ugly. I'm not beautiful. I'm not pretty, but I'm not ugly. And I was like, there's no fucking way. This guy basically, like cold shoulder. And I'm like, okay, cool, sharp. So I go up to him, to Kapadia, and I'm like, dude, are you okay? Is everything okay? Are you okay with us being in your sec? Is everything fine with us being here? And he's like, you know what? I'm fine with you guys being here. You look really pretty, by the way. I'm like, oh, thank you. So now I'm moving up because I'm thinking, it was about that damn time, my nigga. And then he's like, yeah, so after here, we're gonna go back to my place, wherever the that was, or wherever he had booked or whatever. He's like, we're gonna go back there, we're gonna hang out, have drinks. And I'm like to him, I was paid here. And I'm like, no, sorry, we can't do that because we're only here for a weekend. What we can do is see you guys tomorrow. We had booked a really expensive house. 2 nights there was just under 10,000. Do you understand? So it was really expensive. And we were like, no, we have like a set day, like an itinerary, because we're not from Durban. So we had booked to go on a yacht and this ew, the lies. So I make up some bogus story that no, we actually had something planned. But the truth is we did. Like, and I wasn't about to go to some stranger's house in another province that I don't know. Like, I wasn't about to do that, you know what I mean? And he was like, I think his face changed after that. Then he went to friend 2. Then they ngokola some more. So they spoke. And now I'm just like, fuck. Now Naledi and Celia look at me and some, you always fucking shit up. Because now Kapadia was upset. Like, he wasn't upset, like he wasn't losing his cool, but you can tell like he was just irritated, like he was put off, something put him off. So the girls are asking me, how Kante, what's going on? And I'm like, guys, I don't know what's going on, but this gent is not happy with us being here. You know, like, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. Like, he wasn't even talking to us. He was acting as though we had infiltrated his space, his section. So then I go up to him and I'm like, hey, is everything okay? Would you like us to leave? Because I can feel that the vibe here is not working. And he's like, listen, it's not you I have a problem with. Guys, listen to this. It's not you I have a problem with, right? I don't mind you being here. However, if you're not gonna go with us to the house, like, he's like, are you gonna give it up? He made some joke which alluded to, am I gonna tag that? And I was like, nah, we can start off as friends though. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I obviously wasn't gonna give it up to him. But I wasn't about to move back to the sec, right? Or move back to general, as we would call it, because it was really uncomfortable over there. Then after that, I was like, how? You're just throwing it so abruptly that you want to smash. He's like, listen. Oh, so I say to him, he's like, we're gonna go back to my house and sleep there, right? And I'm like, no, we have to start off as friends. Like, I don't just go to random niggas' houses. Like, that's not how I roll, that's not how I move. He's like, okay, then he turns away from me. Then I'm like to him, how? Kanti, do you not want to, should we not start off as friends? Like, what is the problem? You know what he says to me, guys? You know what this guy says to me? I even remember he had a Burberry top. I was in disbelief. I think he had like a Gucci or Louis Vuitton patch, and he was like a dark skin gent. He was like,
with all respect in the world, I'm not here looking for friends.
So if you wanna be here, and by here he means in the sec where he is. So if you wanna be here and you want to chill here with me because we're going to go to my place and chill, do whatever we're going to do, that's fine. But if you're here as my friend, I'm just here to tell you that I have enough friends. And then he didn't forget to add, respectfully, of course, of which I totally respected. I was just like, I get it though. I get it. You know what? I'd rather a guy tell me that. I'm actually at a point where I respect that chin for that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna be honest and tell you that I'm not gonna give it up to you. So would you like me to leave? And he was like, yeah. In gonna say no. I thought he was gonna say, okay, no, you don't have to leave, you can chill and drink. He was like, no, yeah, leave. I'm like, it then made sense to me, like, who those girls were. Like, that person, the girls that were there with him were like his. And then he was trying his luck by making them leave to get us to sit there, only to be irritated when he could see, I don't know if he's a big story that side or whatever, but he felt very powerful, very in his element. So I'm assuming that people knew him, or he was, I don't know, taken seriously. I don't know. But I didn't rate him at all. I think that was his biggest issue, that I wasn't rating him, like, or like we got there and we went like, hey, throwing ourselves on him, because I was like, we don't know you, you're a stranger. Like, he was like, yeah, no, you can leave. I'm like, yeah? I'm like, oh, so I must leave. He's like, yeah. Guys, I had to talk to you and then you guys, hey, get your stuff, we're leaving. I'm being dead as. Friend number 2 is like, ow. And then, because you can see everyone taking their bags, we're taking our last glasses of our champagne. We leaving, guys, we're getting out of there. Like, friend number 2 is like, and then what's going on? Because friend number 2 was like, he was like the jovial one, the jokester, the really sweet. He was so sweet. He's like, how? And then I'm like, Kapadia said, if I'm not gonna throw it back, I should leave. Friend number 2 is like, no, wait, just rest. Like, friend number 2 could tell that it was so distasteful to say something like that to a woman. Like, guys, I get it. You guys want to smash us. I completely, I get it. But there's just the manner to do it. You know what I mean? So friend number 2, I think, was upset on behalf of his friend, because the friend number 2, like I said, he had money, he had the same amount of impact, but he was relaxed. His friend is the short man syndrome. His friend is the, I want to be seen, I want to be top dog, no one's gonna outdo me, I'm the real nigga, I'm the nigga who calls the shots. The friend is just like, I've got money too, but like, relax. The friend tried to talk to this gent. Kapadia was like, nothing. If she's not smashing me, she must leave. Can you guess what we did? We left. Do you know me? Do you know me? Do you know me and my pride? It'll never let me. And I think it was the fact that we had bought our own bottles. We were very solid in like our money and our finances. We were like, nah, fuck it. Now we can buy another champagne bottle right the fuck now. But I think it was just this thing of like, we didn't want to waste money because we had the whole weekend. Guys, we lived. Naledi got bounced, and because she got bounced, because she was the weakest link of the team, I had to take my entire team. We needed to bounce. All that hard work, all that kicking from my friend, just to be able to sit in that couch. And we didn't even sit in that couch longer than 40 minutes. And that's essentially what happened. He told me, if you're not gonna smash, then leave my section. And I left, guys. And I never heard from the gent again. It was a disbelief for me. You see, now the culture in Johannesburg is so different. You know, and I think because Johannesburg is my home and all the places I go to, I'm known in my own right. Like, guys would never come up to me and say shit like that, you know. Even in other places that I've been to, guys will never be that forthcoming. But I guess it was the fact that he was, that I respected it. And it was the shock for me, like, you know, he gave me that shock. He gave me that thing, like, Puma. Got our Uber, got our things, we were out of there. We were out of like TT. And that's pretty much what happened. I got bounced in the sink at Views on 25. But the people in Durban are lovely. Well, the people at Views 25, the people in the service, it was too clean. And yeah, that's my story time. That's how I got kicked out the sink, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the story time. I had an absolute blast in Durban. When I do come back to Visa on 25, at least I know who to speak to now, so it'll be a bit easier. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the video. That is the end of my story time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much, and goodbye.